Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we are going to get back into Sir Magnicient art. I'm really looking forward to doing this. Let's read through what he had for us again. Bri, I received your contact information. You have to paint my legend on a large canvas. Achievement number 160. I love that he numbers these. Distress signal. A ship is losing control of its engines and is now sinking into Jupiter. The pressure threatens to destroy the ship and its crew. Sir Magnicient intervenes. The ship is being pulled out despite the pressure and the terrible winds. The crew is saved. I am Sir Magnicient, Space Knight. Should you immortalize my achievement, I shall reward you with a trophy. So that is our prompt. I drew Sir Magnicient as kind of a robot guy because that's what I pick up from this picture that we have from him here. And, you know, not a spaceship. No, it's going to be like an actual seafaring vessel ship because that's what I want to draw. But yeah, let's get started on this. Let's figure out first what kind of color paint we want. I have one more clean palette left. But that's okay, we'll make this work. Jupiter has kind of a brownish color to it, so I think that should be good. It's also got some darker undertones to it, so that one. And then maybe this dark one here too. Okay, so this is what we're going to start with. We will probably come back for more colors in a little bit, but this is what we're going to start with. Should put that right on top of everything else, pretend like it's not a mess there. Oh my gosh. I think I've ever seen the paintbrush pick up the paint that quickly. It's fine. It's fine. As long as it's still there, it's fine. You know what? I shouldn't do this one though. I should... Yeah, you know what? I have brown. Because if we get a mix of two different colors, then it's going to be harder to replicate it. So especially if we're doing the background, then we really don't want it to be that color. Where did my roly thing go? I swear I just saw the thing. Oh, it's in my inventory. I'm a dingus. It's a little bit darker of a brown than I intended, but it's fine. We're just gonna go with it. I'm just gonna work on coloring in all of the background. I'm gonna try to leave as much detail. I'm gonna leave as much as possible so that I don't forget the details, rather. Because that's absolutely something that I would do. Go just a little bit higher. And just start kind of filling in the blank areas in the canvas. Yeah, this isn't exactly the brown color I had envisioned. I wonder if we add white to it right now, if we can make it a lighter color, or if we even get like orange over here. So I put that one, stump this one. Let me pick up another one of these browns. So I'm hoping that this is going to mix well together. We'll see how it actually goes though. That doesn't mix at all. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, now that I'm running out of paint on the canvas, let's get it wet and now try to blend it out. Still not exactly what I'm looking for. It's good enough though. It makes an interesting background if nothing else. I do kind of like the splotchy look actually. That does kind of look cool. Especially given the idea that this is like in a storm, I think that's gonna be okay. Fill in the area around him a little bit better. And around the ship. It's okay if we color over the sail, because the sail's gonna be really torn up. Actually, it's okay if the rope's covered up too. Yeah, I think that actually makes a really interesting looking background. I think. So yeah, we're definitely gonna stick with that. I am just using the mouse right now instead of doing the stylus, just because it's easier to cover large areas with the mouse instead of the stylus. Okay, so we still have more of the brown and the orange. Go ahead and do a brown right there. I do want to cover up some of the detail just to get the crevices of everything filled in. Like this area. Oh, whoops, that. Oh well, that's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's gonna be okay. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter anyway. Covering up a whole lot more than I originally meant to, but again, it's fine. It's fine. I don't mind. It's fine. Let's put some more brown there. Do I have any more brown? I do. I also love the idea that this really didn't go down at all the way that he said it did. More, this was kind of he stopped and gave him gas money or something kind of story. Like nothing at all the way he described it. That's the way I like to envision it anyway. Let's put another thing of orange right there. We get kind of a mixture of the colors now too. Fill in some more right there, I guess. Some more back here at the back of his leg. Just trying to make sure that the whole background area is covered and that we won't have to fill it in later. It's gonna be a whole lot easier to fill in now rather than later. Just keep filling it in. And again, this is just kind of the background, I think, because he did describe it as being kind of a storm. So I like the idea of like this being kind of splattered all over the place. Whether it's rain or... I don't think this storm on Jupiter has rain. I think it's mostly just lightning. But either way, the stuff like it's thrown all into the atmosphere or whatever. That's the way I like to envision it anyway. And it's okay that it's kind of getting all over the place. I'd rather it get all over the place than not enough all over the place. It's easier to clean it up than to have to fix it or to fill it in more later, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm obviously not speaking clearly right now, but it's fine. It's fine. Okay. As far as the background goes, maybe a little bit more right here, I'm thinking. So we could rotate it this way. Sure, why not? I guess that's fine. Just kind of filling it in everywhere there. Yeah, I think that looks pretty cool as far as the background goes. Now, since I still have all this darker brown, I guess we could use it to color in the ship that we have over here. Because we still have the basic idea of the ship down here. So let's see. This is really close to the background color. Maybe it'll look better once we define it with that darker color brown. I'm not sure yet. Filled it in using the stylus. Or rather, I outlined it using the stylus. I'll fill it in using the mouse. Nope, there's not enough paint there. Don't know how that happened, but here we are. Kind of do some shading. Just fill it in down here with this darker brown. The paintbrushes only blend if you've just cleaned it out with water. I have noticed that. Which, I mean, is kind of how paintbrushes work. It's also kind of not. But, you know, it's fine. I also don't know if it's just my capture software, but I'm looking up and it looks a whole lot redder on the capture software than it does on my tablet. So I'm hoping that that's okay. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, this whole thing is just kind of like the underside of the ship, so it's actually blending up pretty well. Oh, I never actually bought the blender tool either. I should probably go back and buy that. I like the scratchiness that the paintbrush gives it. It kind of gives it that wood grain texture, I think. I think that kind of goes well with the rest of it. To show what we're trying to do here. Because again, I think what he meant was like a spaceship, but all he said was ship, so it made me think of like a seafaring vessel. So that's what we're gonna paint. Going in with a smaller paintbrush. Do I have a smaller paintbrush? There it is. I think I'm done with that color. Kind of blocking off the shapes of the things that I want to put here now. Just kind of fill this in. Now that I've got the shape down. Command request. I love reading the subjects of people's emails that they send to me. Like, you're very bold to come in demanding things like that. Don't have a whole lot of respect, I feel like. Because it's typically not very polite to talk to people like that. I would not suggest it. In fact, I would very much recommend against it. But what do I know? I'm just the artist. Okay. I think that's pretty much good for the ship. We'll cover in this little bitty speckle area right here. Okay, so that's good. Yeah, okay, so now I think we're gonna start blocking out his color, which is just gonna be gray. I'm just gonna use the tube gray because I don't know how much of it I'm gonna need. Whoop. Alrighty then. Why do I have the bucket in my inventory? I do not need the bucket. Let's see, what do I need? I don't need that. Put that back. I do need the paintbrush. And I do need that tube of paint. Great. And yeah, we'll fill out the outline with this thinner paintbrush. Okay, I thought the recording was lagging. I don't think it is. I think it's just me. Why did I pick up the bucket? It's not what I wanted. Put it back, please. On the paintbrush, I want to hit the arrow. That's all I was trying to do. Okay, so I guess we'll start at his head and start filling it in towards the bottom, I think. So one more time, reference, that's his head. I got that dome top part to it. Hi Emily, how are you doing today, hun? We're playing SuchArt right now. Okay, so I think, yeah, we had the basic idea down what his head should look like. Just a little bit higher. Hey, the bucket was freaking out there for a second. Good. I'm glad that you're doing good. Kind of that-ish shaped. Oh, thank you for sharing the live, hon. I appreciate that. Imagine that his head's kind of shaped like a bell. That's how I think of it. The thing that I miss the most is just the freaking fill tool. I wish there was a fill tool. Just because it is a little bit more tedious to have to fill in all the area. Which, I mean, that's how real art is. So I really shouldn't complain. But on my graphics tablet, any other software I've ever had for my tablet, I've had a fill tool. I guess I'm just spoiled. We will come back in and do more details, but for now we're just blocking down the color. We're just kind of figuring out the basic shape of things that we want. I want him to have big shoulder pads, these big pointy shoulder pads, I think. Because, I mean, what's more intimidating than big pointy shoulder pads? Let me tell you, there's not much more intimidating than big pointy shoulder pads. At least in my book. And obviously I'm not wrong about these things. Don't ask me what makes me such a pro about these things. I just know things. What game is that? This is SuchArt. It's out on early access on Steam. I'd highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun to play. It's also on the Epic Game Store, but I play it through Steam. I prefer Steam over to Epic, but I digress. It's called SuchArt. Thank you for the follow, love. I appreciate that. I am out of gray paint. Paint does not go as far in this game as it should. I'm just gonna say it. Paint actually goes a whole lot farther than this game makes it think. This game may think. Wait, is that the gray color or is this the gray color? I think this is the gray color. Oh shoot, I'm using the wrong gray. Well, isn't that fantastic? That's fine. It's fine. It's fixable, it's fine. Yep, that's absolutely the gray that I was coloring it in with. That's okay. The other gray will now be the highlight color. Maybe go a little bit more. And I'm thinking just a red cape. Well, let me say, I was originally thinking a red cape. But with how much brown we have going on in the background, I don't know if we're going to make his cape red anymore. Maybe a blue? Ooh, like a royal blue or something. That might be kind of cool. That would contrast a whole lot better, the brown, than a red cape would. Got this little skirt thing, I think. Just gonna kind of come out away from a little bit from his pants. And then we had the one leg tucked up, and I think I still want to go with that. Either way, that's what we're gonna go with now because I've already put it down. This bigger paintbrush is better for blocking out bigger areas. It really helps kind of understand the shape of things a little bit better, I think, than a smaller paintbrush would. I need to make his arms a little bit bigger. Not that it particularly matters because he is a robot. Okay, now to draw feet. I hate drawing feet. Not good at drawing feet. It's kind of a small foot, but we're gonna call it foreshortening. That's what we're gonna say it is anyway. Whether it's actually foreshortening or not, it's really not. We're just gonna go with it. He's got this closed fist around the rope. It's a really big fist. Okay, I guess we're gonna make his foot a little bit bigger. Okay, that's not terrible. We're just gonna stick with that before I mess it up. Then I imagine his other leg's kind of a little bit more straightened down here. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good silhouette. I think that's pretty good to start out with at least. Oh, I jumped off. I do want a black, or at least this color. Oh. This color for the darker shading. What can I drop? I can drop this. I actually don't need both small paintbrushes, so we'll drop that one. I just picked this one up? Yeah. And then I think I had that one already. Okay, so that's good. I just needed a darker color and a lighter color because it's metal, so we want him to have that nice metallic shine. Start with his head and again kind of work down from there. I imagine the light source is somewhere over here, like the light's coming down from this way. At least that's how I'm imagining it. Again, that's at least the way I'm imagining it. Not again, this game just doesn't seem to understand how far paint actually goes. Does not go very far in this game at all. Which, I mean, I really don't have a lot of qualms with this game. This game is pretty cool overall. So if that's the worst thing I have to say about this game, I think they're doing okay. I'm gonna shine to this part of the helmet. I guess it would go over further. I don't know. I'm winging it. I really don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm just gonna keep pretending like I do. This game is a lot of fun to play. It really is. The prompts that it gives you is really unique. It's not something that you would find in like a draw 20 things this month sort of list. which I think is pretty cool. I hope you guys can't hear my keyboard too much. I had a much clickier keyboard before, and I really liked it. It was just too clicky. But this one is much softer. It still has a very satisfying kind of thunk to it, which I need in a keyboard. I say I need. It's a very first world thing of me to say that I need a keyboard at all. I'm very blessed and grateful to have a keyboard, and one that I can specify my likings to. Or can be specific to my liking. I think it's a better way of saying that. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm rambling. But it's not rambling, it's for the YouTube. Okay, I've already gone a little bit longer than I really wanted to. I'm probably gonna pause it for now. Here's what we got so far. Yeah, thank you guys all so much for watching. There will be more of this. I will pick up right here where I left off. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great rest of the day. Bye!